Alright, y'all, here we go. People have been asking for it. We are going to do a build video for the Nightblade ganker that happens to run a two-hander. It worked very well for me during the mid-year mayhem event, and I've had a lot of fun running it since then. It's just great to run around and two-tap people and watch them die. So let's check out what some of the gear is that we've got going on here. We're just gonna get right to the point. No filler. There will be no filler in this video. Jimmy, thank you for the subs, bud. Hell yeah, brother. So what do we got going on here? I am running Mechanical Acuity, as well as Calurian's Legacy. We've got 5 Acuity, 5 Calurians. It's all on the front bar. I am using a sharpened maul because more penetration equals better everything. As well, we are running Baylorg. You may want to get rid of Baylorg. If you wanted to, you could probably get away with not running Baylorg, and then you could run a Wild Hunt ring. In this case, though, I've got gold Calurian jewelry, and I'm running it. We've got spell damage on everything. I'm currently running 5 Divines. You could go 7 if you really wanted to. For min-max purposes, you want to go full glass cannon, go for it. But yep, we got Acuity, all mag glyphs, more mag, more damage. Baylorg, I mean, this is my heavy helmet, it kind of goes everywhere. Calurian's Legacy jewelry, spell damage, infused, more damage. More spell damage equals better Calurian procs. And on the back bar, we've got a Maelstrom resto staff. It doesn't really make a big difference what staff you've got on the back bar. I just happen to have a Maelstrom staff and I'm running rapid regen. It's okay for sustain, but I don't really have any problems with sustain the way that I've got this going at the moment anyways. Yeah, so on top of that, we are going to be running the Apprentice Stone for more spell damage. We are a vampire, and I prefer to run in stage 2 because you get there's a passive that grants 300 weapon and spell damage when you come out of stealth while you are stage 2 or higher. So this is why we are doing this. Our spell pen is quite good. It doesn't really matter what our resistance is. The object of the game is don't get hit. You just kill people. You kill people before they have a chance to do anything about it. Our mag recovery doesn't look so hot at the moment. I believe my food wore off. Yep, we can fix that. And we can also get into what food that I'm running. For this, I am running Ghastly Eyeball. Some might call this parse food. That's fine. It just gives you max magicka as well as magic recovery. There's other ways to go about it. By all means, run whatever food you would like. I just think this is great for sustain because we're going to need to do a lot of cloaking. The object is not to really get hit very much here. So, put that on. And there you go. We got 1700, almost 1800 recovery. We've got 30k mag on the front bar. We've got 21.5k max health. Jimmy, thanks for another 5 gifted, bro. Thank you so much. We got plenty of spell damage. Our spell crit doesn't really matter all that much because we do also have Mechanical Acuity on, so we start the gank and we get a lot of penetration from that. We get a lot of, we get over 100% critical. Every crit or every hit is a crit once Mechanical Acuity is active, so that's not really that big of a deal. Apprentice Stone, I am a Khajiit. As you can see, I believe this is the best race for it, given the crit. If not, you could certainly run a Wood Elf. You could run an Orc or, like, really just about anything. You might want to switch Mundus Stones and maybe run the Shadow or something like that if you do need the extra critical damage. Then, by all means, do that. Getting into the abilities here. On the front bar, I am running Concealed Weapon. This is going to be a main spammable, as well as giving us extra movement speed while we are stealth. You make a lot of use of this one. We've got Merciless Resolve. This is going to give us a little bit of healing extra done, a little bit of extra critical damage while it's up, and in the event that you do have to fight somebody, this is definitely going to be there for you to hopefully provide some extra healing and burst damage as well. Camouflage Hunter. Why Camo Hunter and not Inner Light? Well, Camouflage Hunter is going to passively grant me the same bonus that I would get from running something like Combat Prayer. So I get an extra 5% damage when attacking somebody from a flank, when dealing critical damage from a flank. Now, it just so happens that Nightblades, when they attack somebody out of cloak, when they cloak, their next direct damage attack is guaranteed to be a critical attack, which will proc this. Boom, you get 5% extra damage. As well, it allows us to pull people out of stealth. It passively gives us a little bit of weapon damage as well. Although currently, next patch, it's stated that that passive will also grant spell damage, so you get a little bit more spell damage for having this slotted as well. I personally think it just provides a little bit more than what Inner Light would. Inner Light would give more max magic, not really a big deal at the moment. As well, it would increase our spell crit, which also doesn't really matter if we're running Mechanical Acuity. So, that would be why Camo Hunter. Elemental Weapon. This is going to be a big reason how we kind of generate the burst that we're going to. The combo is going to be to use Shadowy Disguise, which is the last ability on my front bar here, which grants us invisibility. And then you are going to proc Elemental Weapon, and then you're going to Light Attack, and then you are going to hit them with Concealed Weapon. The Cloak is going to guarantee that the Light Attack crits. The Light Attack is going to proc the damage that comes from Elemental Weapon. We have a Shotglyph on the front bar, which is going to proc. As well, right after that, you're going to hit them with Concealed Weapon. So there's just a lot of things that are going to be coming together at once. And this will kill just about anybody who's got roughly 25k health easily. Very, very easily. In which case, if there's people that have 30k health, you're going to change up the combo a bit, where you're going to Cloak, you're going to Elemental Weapon, and then you're going to Light Attack straight into an Incapacitating Strike. Well, also, yes, we are running Incapacitating Strike and not Soul Harvest. This is mainly because the CC attached to it. There is a little bit of resource regen that you get while dealing damage, but it's not really about that. It's a very good ultimate. In the cases, the fights we're going to be getting in, this isn't going to be a big problem. You drop them. If you really need to and there's a tanky target in front of you, just Ellie Weapon, Light Attack, Incap, and if they are, a little lighter, Ellie Weapon, Light Attack, Concealed Weapon, and you can weave these Concealed Weapons. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a lot of damage. Onto the back bar, I am running Siphoning Attacks. I don't believe that the Magic Sustain is a big deal, but it's here. There's no good reason not to. The back bar is a lot of flex spots, you could say. Healing Ward, again, it's okay. It's not the best, but you're not spending too much time on your back bar running away from people, to be completely honest. You can rather quickly turn defense into offense if you do get caught while attempting this gank. As you do have you've got plenty of damage. You've got 4k spell damage. You have the combo of Ellie Weapon and Concealed Weapon, so you can always try and flip this even if the gank doesn't work per se. That combo itself still deals devastating damage. And as well, Kalurian is proccing on top of all of that. That's something I didn't even bother to mention, is that the Light Attack is direct damage, which procs Kalurian. The Light Attack is also proccing Elemental Weapon. You follow it up with Concealed Weapon, and this whole time, Mechanical Acuity was up, so the Light Attack crit, Elemental Weapon crit, Concealed Weapon crit, Kalurian does not crit. But it's a lot of outgoing damage. It happens very, very, very fast. Obviously, very tanky players. When you see somebody that's got a sword and shield on and over 30k health, it's probably not a good idea to try and gank that person. You want to go for targets that are quick and easy, Our main heal, I would say, is Rapid Regen. This pairs well with the fact that I'm running a Maelstrom Staff. So when you heal yourself using Rapid Regeneration with the Maelstrom Restoration Staff, when it crits, you restore 558 magic. It's very strong, and it's got a very nice looking effect. Aside from that, we are going to be running Reaper's Mark. Again, a bit of a flex spot if you really need to. If you get into a fight, if you are caught, you might want to try and mark people. Mark somebody and go after them. That is obviously going to give you an extra bit of penetration. We've already got plenty of penetration because we are running 6 medium. Sorry, 6 light, as well as running a sharpened maul. So we've got plenty of pen. This is just going to add on top of that. Channeled acceleration. 10% more critical damage done. That's pretty much it. The movement speed is one thing, but this is about having 10% extra crit damage. I'm also a Khajiit, so there's another 12%. We're getting 22% critical damage. However, the math works out with ESO stuff. I don't know if that stacks or how it works out. It's extra crit damage. And since the majority of the damage we're going to be doing in short bursts is going to be critical damage, then yeah, it just really pairs together well. And good old Temporal Guard. Love it, hate it, use it. Maybe it goes off, maybe it doesn't. Who knows? That's the joy of slotting this ability. Is that anytime you go to cast it, you just don't know whether it's going to work or not. But it does give you 5%, reduction in damage taken, so that's great. It also provides a little shield that we get on the back bar. Yeah. It's just all around a pretty good skill. Again, there's several different options you could use as defensive things. There's definitely a lot of things you could do to like mix around with some abilities on this. But the main idea of the burst is pretty much solidified. I've got all of my points into magic. Yeah, and this is without continuous attack. I do not have continuous attack right now. I do not have major spell damage buff, and I'm at 4.1k. This damage definitely does go quite a bit higher with those buffs, as will your recovery. You'll get closer to 2k recovery. And again, plenty of spell pen. Even the option of dropping Baylord, you could probably get away with it if you wanted to be faster and try and throw on like a Wild Hunt ring or something like that. I would definitely say that would be a good play to try out. With Wrathful Strikes, increase your weapon and spell damage of your damaging abilities. We have got with the extra critical damage and Fighting Finesse. Deadly Aim, increasing the damage of single target abilities, because all of our damage is single target. And increasing the damage done with direct damage abilities, because all of our damage is direct damage. We don't have any dots. It's all just straight up, boom, boom, boom. We do not have any defensive CP slotted here. You don't need it. It's about picking your fights, picking your victims carefully, and dispatching them quickly. For the red CP, I think this is pretty standard stuff. Definitely look to maybe change some of these up if you feel otherwise. Restoring 300 magic per stage when you kill an enemy. Health mag and stam recovery. Ironclad for 34.6, sorry, the 1731 armor. And the extra max health. Again, these red CP, you can do whatever you like with them. There's maybe a couple out here that you could also change around, but these are the ones that I've gone with, and it seems to work okay for me. I haven't done a whole lot of min-maxing and number crunching or anything like that. But yeah, there you go. That's it. I believe that's it. I think I covered everything. We've got front bar abilities, we've got back bar abilities, we've got the CP, we've got the race, we've got the Mundus Stone, Vampire. When it comes to passives, take all of your class passives. When it comes to Vampire, I'm taking specifically Darkstalker as well as the Strike from the Shadows passive. it grants you 300 weapon and spell damage when you leave invisibility, stealth. So basically, when you start the gank, the moment you hit somebody, you will leave stealth. You will get the extra spell damage and weapon damage. This thing goes, I want to say it's close to 5.5, maybe a little over 5.5k spell damage. Again, I'm not even using a spell damage glyph, so there's ways around that. I do carry spell damage potions on me, just in case. Yeah, and Darkstalker is the main thing. Probably the main thing that I'd stick with Vampire for is the movement speed. Removing the movement speed penalty while you're sneaking, as well as making it so you can get into sneak faster. Other than that, I think that's it. I think I covered all the bases. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask down in the comment section below. If you like the content, please come by and check it out on Twitch. I'll put a link down in the description. I stream on Twitch fairly regularly, and you can come by and check out some of the different builds. I may not be playing this one, but feel free to ask questions about it. Yeah. Thanks for watching. If you really enjoyed it, leave a comment, share it somewhere. It really helps to get some visibility on the video. it's a free way to really help support the content and make sure that it gets to as many people as possible. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. I think we did. No. Somebody clip that for me. I'm putting that in the build video.